All right, good morning. My name is Talon Gurley, and I'm joined with Coach Tanya Broadway, the volleyball coach, and we are going to do an interview for volleyball. So, Coach Broadway, I'm going to ask you to tell a little bit about yourself, just a little bit about like your family and your community involvement and things.
All
just
right.
to kind of introduce yourself.
All right. Well, as he said, I'm Coach Tanya Broadway. This is my third year at DAR. This is my 29th year to be a teacher and a coach. I was at Grissom for 26 years in Huntsville, and I'm happy to be a Patriot now. I love my family and I love it here. I have a wonderful husband. His name is Jonathan. I have 3 children. Landon, he's a junior. Hudson, he's a freshman. And Tinsley, she's in the 5th grade. And we are all loving DAR. All my kids are involved in a lot of sports. We like sports. We like to stay busy. And that's pretty much what our life revolves around.
Well, good deal. So just a little bit about your coaching. How many years did you say that you had coached?
29 years.
29 years?
It's my 29th year to be a teacher and coach.
And what made you want to be a coach and start coaching? Have you always had that dream to be a coach? Or?
Well, actually, no. When I started college at UAH, I played volleyball and basketball there, and I thought I was going to go into international business. I really loved Spanish and all those things, and that's what I thought I was going to do. And my dad, he was a principal for 30 years, and he was always in my ear. You'd be a great teacher, you'd be a great coach, be a great teacher, be a great coach. Oh, no, Dad, no, Dad. But then finally, after about a year and a half of not knowing exactly what I wanted to do, I settled into education and have never regretted it.
Well, that's good. What's your favorite thing about coaching volleyball? So, some of the things that you kind of have always stuck with you about it.
Well, I love volleyball. I love all sports, first of all, and I love all team sports. I never really had the opportunity to play very many individual sports. I like those too, but I'm a big team sports fan because I just think it's important for life because we have to be a team. Whatever job you have, you're on a team. And the thing about volleyball is there's really only one thing that you can do by yourself in volleyball, and that's serve an ace. It really is a great team game, and that's one thing I love about it. There's 6 people trying to cooperate on a square court that's 30 by 30 feet, and that's a lot of people in a small area.
It is.
So you have to cooperate, and you have to learn to play together. And really, you're not going to be a very good team. You're not going to be very successful unless you learn to play well together. And that's one thing I like about it is I think it just teaches us so many lessons about life and what these girls are gonna be doing in their job and in their life after volleyball.
So, what are some of the things that you hope to teach some of the girls that you coach, and what are some of the things that you tell them that they can still use throughout their lives?
Well, one big thing I talk to them about and to my classes about is a lot of employers call me for references. And from just, jobs at McDonald's to, their first big job somewhere after college. And the first question these employers always want to know is, well, how well did Sally Joe get along with others? Right. Was she a leader or a follower? And I just really try to teach these girls that they have to get along together, they have to be a team. And another big thing that I talk to them about, not so much with references for employers, but we've really been talking a lot about love being a choice. Yeah. Our world teaches us that love is a feeling. It's really not. Love is a choice. We have to choose to love each other every day. I choose to love my family. I choose to love my husband. I choose to love these girls and my students, even when maybe they're not so lovable. And we're all not very lovable at times. Yeah. And that's one really big thing we've been focusing on this year is just learning that love is a choice and that they have to choose to love each other in order for us to have the best team.
Wow. So what are some of your goals for the season that you hope to accomplish at the end of the year?
Well, my first year we won 9 matches. Last year we won 25 matches. And so I have a lot of people ask me, oh, y'all going to win even more matches this year? Well, I don't know that we're going to win more than 25 matches this year because our schedule's a lot harder. We make our schedule very hard. I used this analogy with them last night after our Douglas win. I said, it's really, volleyball season is such a short season. And this week we've played every day except today. And I told them it's kind of like running the mile. I mean, it's like you have to sprint 4 laps. Yep. And that's what we're doing right now. And so we're just trying to make it to the postseason. We're playing a lot of hard teams, a lot of hard competition, bigger schools, tough schools, because we really want to make it out of area this year. That's our goal, is to make it to the regional and be in the postseason.
So so speaking of the season, how's the season going so far? Pretty successful season so far, from what I've heard?
It's been good. I think we are 6-2. We lost to Albertville Monday night. It wasn't our best matches, but we're right there with them.
Yes.
We were right there with them. Really should have won. We were within 2 points of winning the second match against them. We played them a doubleheader. We beat a very good, very athletic Douglas team last night. We have our first area game tomorrow against Madison County, and we'll also play Good Hope tomorrow at Madison County, and then we're moving right into a big tournament at Huntsville High, where we will really get tested against a lot of big schools.
Yes, so those big schools. So I know, like in other sports, like some coaches use those bigger schools as like a kind of like a building block to kind of show how they can compete with other teams, especially on a bigger level. So, like, for example, like the Huntsville High tournament, like a 7A kind of thing, to show. Is that how you do that as well? You do that to kind of see how they play against bigger teams?
Well, unless our team gets rattled and lets big swings or blocks from those bigger schools bother us, we're going to be able to pass and play defense with any of those schools. The big difference is going to be blocking, just simply because we're not as tall, and when you're not as tall, you have to time it perfectly. The schools we're going to play this weekend are going to have girls that are at a height where even if they don't time it correctly, they can still block it.
Yep.
So it's going to be important for us to make sure that we stay in the match, stay in the set, touch for touch, point for point, not get rattled over big swings. They're going to have big swings. They're going to block us. We just have to stay in every single point. And if we do that, we'll dig a lot of balls, we'll surprise a lot of people. And that's just what we're looking to do. We're just looking to play as good as we can and surprise a few folks this weekend.
Well, good deal. Sounds good. I hope for a very successful season for you guys.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.